Well, I've been driving for 5 hours straight. Where should I get some gas? There's a Pilot over there with the McDonald's. Oh. Well, there is the world's largest truck stop, Iowa 80. I could stop there, maybe. Wonder if there's anything to see at this establishment. Just look at this place. Enormous. Iowa 80, world's largest truck stop. No trailers beyond this point. This place is absolutely huge. Look at that. Caribou Coffee. There's a Wendy's here. There's some people in the road. Looks like a lodge. Oh my goodness. This is wild. But before we go inside, we really do need some gas. So let's start with that. 71. So gas is $2.71 a gallon. Here, press this guy. There we go. Get some gas. Beautiful. What a wonderful day to be here, huh? They've got a little mini gas station, old school style of gas station pumps out there. Well, hello there, and welcome to yet another beautiful day for an adventure. This was a last-minute planned trip. Just from this morning, I woke up and said, let's go to the world's largest truck stop. How far away is it? 5 hours? No problem. We'll just drive straight through. And so here we are in Iowa, right outside of Davenport, Iowa, in a town, Walcott, I believe is the name of the town that we are actually in. And this place is absolutely huge. My gosh, tons of gas pumps. Probably not as many as a Buc-ee's would have, but it's got a lot of services for truckers and restaurants attached to it. So I've never been here before, so we're going to learn about this place together. Welcome to another edition of Tommy Travels. It's Tommy Travels. Come on with me, you guys. Let's go see what there is to see. And so here we go, Iowa 80, the world's largest truck stop. Let's enter in and see what there is to see, shall we? Oh, look at this. Iowa 80 fun facts. We use skylights in the building to allow in natural light and save energy. Interstate 80 is the second longest interstate in the U.S., 2,900 miles from Teaneck, New Jersey to San Francisco, California. That might be an adventure idea. I have done Route 66 before. Interstate 80, that'd be a cool idea. Iowa 80 truck stop opened in 1964 and has never closed since. And even more, the average long-haul truck driver drives 100,000 miles per year. If you got it, a truck brought it. There are 3.5 million truck drivers in the U.S. and I'm friends with one of them, Nomadic Hippie, who recently went into gig work in Florida, along with my good friend Steph. Iowa 80 serves an average of 5,000 customers per day. And here we go. Wow. Look at the size of this place. Holy cow. There's a Wendy's, a Taco Bell, a regular, oh look at this. Iowa 80 standard truck stop. You can get your Motor Carriers Road Atlas, Rain-X. Oh, look at this mug you can buy. You get ice cream, all sorts of snacks and goodies, cappuccino. Oh, look at this old school little model wagon they have here. Next to some vintage pictures of classic logging trucks. Look at that one. Look at the size of those logs on there. And then next to the restaurants, they've got a little arcade going on in here. Oh, this is one of those boxer things where the glove comes down and you hit it to see how high of a number you can get. I would be very bad at that game. Cruisin' USA, Cruisin' Blast. I think it was called Cruisin' USA when I was into video games. Claws, Magic Claws. Another huge claw toy chest. Claw. I'm not sure exactly what that is. Another claw game. And a giant oversized Pac-Man. Wow. And if you're looking for something quick, they've got a Wendy's, Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, Orange Julius, a Caribou, coffee and bagels, and then an actual restaurant over here, which is kind of what I'm interested in checking out. There's where we came from. There's a huge gift shop down here. We'll get to that. There's a restaurant, which is what I wanted to check out first. Let's come in here and see what this is all about. It looks like they have a buffet set up, little bar area. Look at this Iowa 80 kitchen truck. Wow. Look at this cool pickup. 1939 model D2 is what it says. International. This place is cool. Wow. Alright, let's see what they have to eat. So here's the buffet. Got some mashed potatoes and gravy, corn, some chicken, spaghetti noodles, meatballs, oh, pork ribs, mac and cheese, pot roast. This is really good for someone who needs a little home cooking. I bet there's a lot of truckers through here that say, I'll have a piece of pie. Look at that. Apple pie, these are the dessert areas. And then salad bar over there. Don't mind if I do. So here we go. This looks like a nice little lunch after a long drive. Some mashed potatoes, some gravy, chicken, some corn. It all looks delicious. And so here we go. This looks good. We'll try a little chicken here. So that was way too big of a bite. I didn't want to do all that chewing on camera, but that was delicious. Not too dry, which you worry about in a lot of buffet style restaurants, and very, very tasty. Oh, look at this. You can even pick up some bottles of maple syrup or cayenne pepper sauce. I think I'd prefer maple syrup. That was a good buffet. I didn't eat much, just that little chicken and mashed potatoes. Because I'm going to be on my way to a hotel after this adventure. And if they have a restaurant, I'd like to save some room and maybe get some dinner at the hotel. Look at this gift shop. Wow. Happy Camper. Snuggie. They have all sorts of things around here. Book Nook Wonderland. Look at that. I don't even know what that is. Welcome to the funny farm. Little froggy guy, I like that. All sorts of cute things. Knickknacks. Flowers. A giraffe. I'm looking for something specific here. I'm not seeing it just yet. And I found what I was looking for. Magnets. One for me and a couple for my good buddy Robert. I'll bet you he really likes that one. You can get flags and patches and stickers. And look at this Oldsmobile up here. Wow. How cool is that? And they've got a US Army Jeep. And at first from the back I thought this was going to be Bigfoot. But no, it's a sniper in camo. That is amazing. And up closer to where we came in, they've got t-shirts, graduation cards, sunglasses, and look at this thing. Iowa 80 Trucking Museum. Power Wagon. 1947 Power Wagon. Awesome. And they also have Tesla charging pumps in case you're not a trucker, but you have a Cybertruck. And then here's a spot for all the truckers to come and gas up and park, get some rest, and do the trucking things that they need to do while they're at the truck stop. That's a lot of trucks here, my goodness. And this is a Thursday, so it's not even as busy as it probably gets on the weekends. And now, right across from the world's largest truck stop is the Iowa 80 Trucking Museum. That is something we have to check out, and it is open. All right, here we go. No pets allowed. Service animals only. And it looks like this is open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 5. Sundays, noon to 5. So those are the hours of operation, and let's go in. Whoa. This place looks pretty huge. Clean restrooms, and look at that. Wow. And here's where we check in. Here's a cool little timeline of trucking history from here to there. From the earliest times, man has been transporting goods across the land. It depended on human foot power, domesticated animals, like these right here. Look at that big wagon. That was 1750s. Still horse-powered in 1827. Still horse-powered in the 1850s. It's hard to imagine how fast things changed in that 100 years, though. This is the first ice-cooled rail car. 1885. Duryea Motor Wagon Company created this. But I think it didn't really start getting up there until Henry Ford, 1908, produced something after the Model T called the Tin Lizzie, right there. And then, let's see here, 1914, pneumatic tires were around. 1925, look at that. And then 1950, we start seeing trucks more like the style they are today. And then here's some more from the 1980s. And I think that's as far up as they go. And here's a big trucking get-together here in 1979, the Walcott Truckers Jamboree, right here at the world's largest truck stop. Here's a 1951 Federal D65M. Wow. Federal made its mark with the proven formula, straightforward and basic design. free of radical, advanced, and possibly unproven features. Wow. Amazing. Remember, in 1850, 100 years earlier, they were still using horses. Even in 1903, they were using this right here. Big difference, huh? That's just in less than 50 years. Happy 100th, 100 years of trucking. A Kenworth. That is so cool. Here's the gear shifts inside of the truck. Look at this long side mirror. And no rear view mirror. A lot of room to haul stuff though. And look at this, they've got a whole little theater set up in here with probably a presentation about the history of trucking, I would imagine. But currently there is no disc. Oh, here it is. There's what disc in there, it sounds like. Playing copyrighted music.
Trucking is a $660 billion industry and a vital part of our economy.
That is cool.
My name is Herb Schwimmer. I'm a retired truck driver.
If you do come here, you should watch this. It's got some cool stories about real truck drivers. But I'm not going to sit here and record the whole thing. I just showed a Cybertruck a little bit earlier. State-of-the-art technology. But here is a 1911 Walker Electric Model 43. 3.5 horsepower, 84 volt DC electric motor. Load capacity 6,000 pounds. But the top speed, 15 miles per hour. I think the Tesla has it beat on that front a little bit. And look at the size of this warehouse, filled with all sorts of trucking history. And I don't think I've ever seen this place highlighted on YouTube. It probably has been, I'm sure, but I just haven't seen it. Here is a 1944 white WA-114 six-cylinder white engine, 4-speed transmission with two-speed rear, top speed 45 miles an hour. It's a Coca-Cola truck. And if you look closely, it's even loaded with bottles of Coca-Cola right on board. And here's a picture of it in action, what it would look like, along with the Coca-Cola advertisement. Boy, that's a blast from the past. Oh, and look, they've got the side all opened up so you can see the display bottles of Coca-Cola. They're very small ones, but still delicious. And here we have a 1926 Mack AC and 1926 Rogers trailer carrying a Caterpillar 60 crawler tractor. This place is crazy. Rubber tire press. Look at that contraption. I mentioned going to Sears in a couple videos ago where they would change my tires. The contraption they used was much, much smaller than that. And here's a 1928 Graham screen-side Dodge six-cylinder engine with the 3-speed transmission. And then, of course, there's United Van Lines. People moved back in the day. This is a 1945 Chevrolet Master with trailer. W.M. Curtis & Son transfer and storage van from 1954. There's how it looked opened up and the inside of it. Amazing. A 1919 Pierce Arrow. Wow. What a piece of history. 1946 white WA-22. And a 1966 Autocar DC65T. I wish I knew more about trucks. I really don't. But for those that do, I hope you appreciate this. And look at what we have here. From the year I was born, 1968, people were driving in brand new Ford F-250s with the cabin on it. Red Dale. Wow. Here's a 1958 Chevy Apache and a 1979 Jeep Golden Eagle. I wonder if they call it the Golden Eagle because of the Golden Eagle on the hood. Okay, I'm going to try to speed this up a little bit in interest of time, so this video isn't an hour long. But I do want to highlight these. 1927 Fisher Express, 1966 Ford C750 cab over, 1966 Ford C750 cab over. Whoa, look at this one, a 1925 Douglas. Look at that. Oh my goodness. The Douglas is one of only, this Douglas is one of only 6 known to still exist. So glad I came here today. Here's a 1945 Ford fuel tanker, standard. 1933 Ford Model A paddy wagon. This is from the Cleveland Police Department. And here we have a 1930 Ford A snowmobile. Look at this, a snowmobile. This is a snowmobile, you guys. Look, it's got tracks there and on the back tires, and it looks just like a car. This is not what you picture a snowmobile to look like. Never knew these existed. When I woke up this morning, I did not think I would be looking at this today. Here's a 1966 Freightliner WFT. Look at the flat front end on that. You don't see that very often. Look at that. We'll have to get back to that one in a minute too. And then a 1919 Ford Model T 1-ton. Here's a 1948 Diamond T201 1-ton. 1963 Mercedes Unimog. Looks like it's a Army Jeep. It's got the Mercedes symbol there. That's cool. 1921 International Harvester. Another police. 1939 International D15 Armored Truck. Wow. 1949 International Harvester. 1924 Brockway 2.5 ton. 1956 International. 1949 Brockway 260 XW. And then here are some Mack trucks, classic Mack trucks from 1960, 1963. Wow. These are amazing. 1948 Mack. Unbelievable. Another 1948, 1944. Here's a 1929 Mack. Look at that. This place is just loaded with trucks. Classic of all varieties. Rows and rows of them. You should definitely come here if you go to the world's largest truck stop. Stop by, it's the next building over. I just don't have time to show every single one of these, and I think that would be a little boring. So I'm going to show one more that I really think is cool too. And here it is, a 1929 REO Speedwagon. Look at that. But this is a EX. This is a gas truck, looks like. I love it. REO Speedwagon. And look at this, a 1926 dump truck from 1926. You don't think about dump trucks from that long ago because there were barely cars, it seems like. But they were around. This one is proof of that. And of course, we exit through the gift shop with this awesome Coca-Cola cooler. They've got some t-shirts, some coffee cups, more t-shirts. What am I looking for? Oh yeah, magnets. See which ones we'll pick here for this one. Well, as we take one final look around this awesome museum, This has been so fun today. Checking out the world's largest truck stop, having a little lunch, and stopping by this amazing museum with all sorts of classic trucks. Now, like I said, I don't know too much about trucking history, but this is a good place to learn about it, or if you are a classic truck enthusiast, this is the place to be. Stokes Coal, right there. If you guys liked what you saw here today, go ahead and hit like on my YouTube channel. While you're at it, go ahead and hit subscribe and the little bell notification next to it so you can be the first to know when a new adventure comes out. Just like these two. They hit like, right? You guys did. Thank you all so much for all of the support you've given me so far. And until next time, I hope to catch you on the flip side. And so I did find some cool magnets. One for this trucking museum that we just went through, and one general one for Iowa. One for me, and one for my good buddy Robert. Bye, Michelin Man. See you next time.